go. Yes. Y'all, the struggle can be real. Welcome in to this month's The Us Space. Ask Me Anything Live. I am so excited for today. So before I get started and introduce our guest, let me tell you about AMA. It stands for Ask Me Anything, like I said. And this is where we bring together business owners with real questions and share our practical answers. Some of them are just like real life answers to how we are getting on and through and away with being business owners. And we host these conversations to support our everyday innovators, which is us, which is you. That's why you're watching. And I'm so excited to be here. We have consistently been doing this since the top of the year. And before we dive in to one of our entrepreneurs in residence, so I'm so excited about this. I want to let you know things that are happening in the US space. So we have a threefer next week. So it's a 3-in-1. On August 19th, follow me. We have our Work Accountability Day, which we all know is our longest running program here at the US Space. So excited. This is where you come in, you plug in, you power up. It is basically like a free day pass to come get work done, catch the vibe of the US Space community, and literally just hang out. And on that day, we also have a lunch and learn by our other entrepreneur in residence. Her name is Lena Clark. And she will be doing basically a workshop and hands-on about the hard questions in business. You know, decisions like how to raise your pricing, when to raise your pricing, when to invest in marketing, you know, all the good stuff that like we think about in our heads, but we need to practice and play out loud for it to actually happen. And then again, calling all SURE alumni. If you're a SURE alumni, U of H, Dr. K, Dr. Bailey, Hannah over there at U of H, shout out to y'all. We are having a SURE alumni social and founders updates. Now, listen, if you are a SURE alum, and that includes I don't know, I think it goes back to 2007, is that 2007? But I'm 2021. If you're new, OG, all that stuff, you want to come, you want to interact with the alum of the SURE program. And you also want to let people know what you're doing, what you need help with, how you can help, and how to collaborate. So those are all the things going on at the US Space next week. We are going to continue to create opportunities for business owners to work, to learn, to connect, to access people and resources, because that's what we are here for. Now, the US Space, we are more than just co-working. We have conference rooms. We have a maker space. We are sitting in the content creation space right now. And we have memberships to fit everybody, or you can always book out our event spaces. So that's what the US Space is about. We are 11,000 square feet right here in downtown Houston. Link in bio, you can find out all the stuff. Now, without further ado, I have to introduce you to Ashley. If you don't know her in the Houston ecosystem, why not? She is a superstar, and she's a 3-time founder, projects operations leader, and she is the leader and everything behind STB Technologies. Now, she'll tell you a little bit more about that later. She has over a decade of experience in complex problems in the tech world, fintech, hospitality, and she was part of Techstars Tulsa 2025. So we got her fresh out the gate from a really top tier accelerator program and everything else. And she's just a really humble person doing really great things. And her company right now, Secure the Bags, is a platform that is all over the place in the best way. So without further ado, Ashley.
Hello.
Hello. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I'm so excited to have you here. In the midst of you being a multi-business owner, you are a wife and a mother, and this is the week everything goes down. Shout out to my nephew. His first day of middle school, junior high, whatever they're calling it now, was yesterday.
Okay.
He looked so cute. So I can't wait to talk to him. And you have a lot going on. So we're going to make this as quick and as fun as possible. I want to start with a couple of icebreakers because I want people to know you.
Okay.
I feel like you too often fly under the radar and is somebody that gets charged up with that as well. I want to put some light on you as a human, right?
Okay.
So, what is one business process you secretly love organizing that everyone else hates? Just one. And while you think about it, mine is SOPs. I love SOP, standard operating procedure. Here's my thing though. My soapbox is if I create an SOP and then you don't read it, like it's not tracking. Okay. Or whatever.
I'm going to go ahead and piggyback on that one.
Okay.
As
Thank
well,
you. Thank you.
Because without it, can I cuss?
Yeah, girl, shit.
I was going to say,
We're at the us space. You know how we do.
without it, shit falls apart.
Yeah.
And we've all been in a scenario where we're like, if we would have taken the 5 minutes, the 10 minutes, the 30 minutes to write this down and give it to somebody, we wouldn't be in this little shithole we're in now, trying to climb ourselves out. It could have all been prevented. So for me, I will take the time to do an SOP. It makes my life even easier as a solo founder.
Yeah.
Having that makes my life easier.
You also have to have the person that's going to read it, but that's another story. Okay.
Comprehension is different.
Oh, girl. What is one unsexy business problem you think somebody should absolutely be solving?
The biggest problem I have right now, and if I had the capacity to take it on, freight shipping. Freight shipping is so pen and paper, and it's the most chaotic process that I have to deal with in my business. And if I just had a few extra hours in my day, I would try to solve for that problem. Shipping my hardware across the country or even locally is a hassle. And it's just a nightmare. And I think it's one area where if someone had the right technology, had the right mindset, they could come in and kill it. Because when I tell you I had to handwrite a bill of lading and hand it to a guy, and then 3 weeks later, I got a email saying, pay this invoice. Y'all could have easily not gotten paid. It's just a crazy. It's
disorganized.
It's so unorganized.
It's
so unorganized.
If I had one, so as a physical space operator, everybody sells us this dream about the one system that works for everything. And by George, that ain't true, and there's always somebody that, is the smartest person in the room that has created something. And what I really appreciate is in the small business world, the person that does beta testing with the person they created it for. So I'll shout out Authenticate. They are our door people. And they literally, when we have a challenge because of our unique community and we send it to them, Rita and Chad are really good at getting with their team and trying to solve for X, right? You've seen it in real time. Yes. I'm like, send me a screenshot. And we appreciate being one of their beta testers. It's really cool. Our door's open. We have codes. It's not perfect, but they are striving for the excellence and customer satisfaction. So I appreciate that. And we have been on a real journey. Okay, last icebreaker. And this is my favorite one. Oh, okay, so if this chapter of your founder journey had a project name, what would it be and why? A project name.
Oh, God. Operation what? Operation
WTF.
Operation WTF.
Oh, I like that. Okay, so if mine had a name right now, all I'm thinking is that 90s, early 2000 New Orleans bounce music and Juvenile talking about, so you wanted me to hit, huh? And all I can think about is that in associating with business. So you want to start a business, huh? So you want an invoice, huh? I don't even know how to rap, but so if mine,
you should turn that into something.
Girl, right? AI help me out. Y'all don't take my idea, but go ahead and produce it for me. We'll put my name on it. I've got a great media voice. So my project name would be WTF Part 2.
Man.
we would just go with the combo. We would go for a combo. All right, y'all. So we are going to jump into the Ask Me Anything part of this conversation, our favorite part. So if you have questions for Ashley as we get going, she's trying to look at my questions. Don't we know that I don't follow the script?
At all.
No, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I do good. But if you have questions for Ashley, go ahead and start dropping them. So the way we do this is I basically be ear hustling in the us space. I hear business owners discussing things or asking questions. Some of these are submitted. Some of them are from my personal AI assistant, and some just come out of my head. And we're just going to go about it like that. And these are real questions, and we want your real answers. You ready?
Let's go.
So this first question is definitely from me.
Okay.
And it says, you say you build operational backbone. That lets companies scale, right? Like that's the operational backbone. For a founder who is still doing almost everything themselves, hi, meet LaGina. What does that actually mean? So if you're a solo founder, what does that mean when you say operational backbones? And I think we kind of like
touched
a little bit. Yeah.
So for me, I'm a solo founder as well. That is 100% the SOP piece. You have to get it out of your head because you can't, people aren't mind readers.
Yeah.
So what you think in your head is the obvious, like, oh, you do X, Y, and Z. But how did you get to X, Y, and Z?
Right.
You had to do A, B, C. You had to go through the whole alphabet to get to X, Y, and Z, but they don't know that. So getting everything out of your head and into language that the everyday person can understand and can interpret, to me, is the operational backbone. It doesn't need to be wordy. It doesn't need to be complicated. It needs to be basic English that the average person can read and do step by step. So for me, getting it out of my head, I worked at a company at one point, and I think I was employee number 11.
Oh.
And once we got to like number 20, we were like, oh, we need to put this stuff on paper. So now I have to take everything that I've done over the last few years and now write it down. And it was very overwhelming. So the one takeaway I took from working at that company was write it from the beginning. You can go back in and edit. You can go back in and change. You can go and do all those things, but get it out of your head as soon as you can.
Yeah. I mean, I think that one of the most interesting things is that, like kind of you said, employee number 11. It's okay, girl, if you got to check it. We business owners. Employee number 11 is people hire people to go back and do that work.
Right.
And I'm actually one of the people they hire through, my brand, Lorraine Infinity, because I actually like geek out and love doing that work. And I think something key that you said is that the alphabet A through Z, in keeping it very simple, doesn't mean it's short, because SOPs technically have you ever seen those videos or done the icebreaker where you teach somebody how to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich?
No, but now I'm going to go look at it.
Right. There's a whole bunch of them. But basically the premise is, right, you're like, oh, it's a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. You get the bread, you put the peanut butter, you put the jelly on, you slam it together, and you take a bite. Okay, so I get the bread, I put the peanut, like
how do I put the peanut butter on there?
Go to the cabinet, select your bread, or Black folks, in the refrigerator.
Go to the fridge,
pull out your loaf of bread, and then you pull out your loaf of bread, right? And then it's like, okay, intuitively, people are going to get 2 slices of bread. No. So you say, get your bread. Okay.
And then what?
So you get your bread. Somebody may get a piece of bread. Some people may get a handful of bread, so every time I do SOPs,
that's a good way to think about it.
Yeah.
I never thought about it. Something as basic as making a sandwich. If I told my 4-year-old how to go make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Oh, that is fun. I mean, having my 4-year-old. So when my nephew was 4, I started cooking with him. My niece is now 4. I started cooking with her. Had her over the summer. And it was very interesting. Like when you give instructions, I'm like, oh, just shake it, and you get wah, and that's shaking. And I'm like, okay, let's scoop out. I'm glad you like flavor, but when you think about it operationally, that's how I think about SOPs and those steps. And so I love that you say A to Z, because you literally have to go A to B, and sometimes there's a B 1.1 and a 1.2 and a 1.3. And the weird thing is, when you get a 25-page manual for one thing, like even I do it, I'm like, this is stupid. But then I get to a point, I'm like, I didn't know what do I do? And then I go back and I read, and I'm like, oh, it's right there.
Yep.
Okay. This one is something I've ear hustled in the us space, because a lot of entrepreneurs know how to start. And when the business grows and everything is still living in their head, like you just said, how do you know when to stop improvising and start creating real systems? Like, what is that point? Because you said that thing about, at some point you've got to create systems. You were employee number 11, blah blah blah. But how do you know when?
I think when you start making, I don't know,
when you start crying.
I don't for sure. I don't even want to say when it's about revenue, because before you get to revenue, you've got to have something in place to track how you're bringing it in. And I think it goes back to when you're going out of this phase and you're wanting to grow. And again, solo founder, I've got, 2 developers that I work with. I've got a business advisor, but I don't have anyone in my business yet that if I were to take a step back, could step in and say, this is how this goes. And I think that's that point when you're like, okay, do I want to run this business, or do I want to be in the business, working on the business or working in the business?
Come on, CEO. Are you founder, CEO?
Are you founder, CEO?
Oh, wait, we got to do like the kids.
You got
6, 7 in. Which
so
one?
It goes back to when I was in my accelerators, I was very much the founder. I'm taking all the things on my brain, putting them down.
Yeah.
These are the steps. This is how you do it. I was going out and making all of the deals and having all the conversations, doing all the sales. And then it gets to a point where now, okay, I want to bring somebody in. Now I have to coach them on the things that I have built and make sure they understand it. So now I'm not working on the business, I'm working in the business. And so you have to go back and forth. So I think when you have to start juggling those things and you start leaning towards one way over the other is when you have to start deciding on like, what's that next step and how do we get there?
Yeah. And then one of the scary things is when you start doing that and you invest your time in someone.
You know what? I will say,
soapbox.
I'm going to give myself a pat on the back on that, because I have done a really good job, I feel like, in finding the right people. When I opened my store in New Orleans, I was very adamant in my interview process that I want people to come and work here that have something completely different happening outside of this space.
Okay.
I want you to come in here and feel like you can learn and grow, but then take what you're doing here and apply it to what you're wanting to build yourself outside of here. Like, I don't want this to be the thing that keeps you happy, or like what makes you happy, what brings you joy. Take the skills you learn here, bring that work into here, because you've got time to work on it. And I've done really well with hiring. I only had one person out of the 5 I hired in my store who really didn't work out. It was just a scheduling conflict and a little bit of personality. But overall, I feel like I hired very well. And even down to my advisor and my developers, they've been with me since the very beginning. And I don't think many people can say they've had the same software development team from the very beginning out the gate, because we've all heard horror stories. So I try to be a pretty good judge of character, and I think I've done well in that world.
I'll give you a high five, because I have heard horror stories around dev teams and taking codes and disappearing, and you pay and all the things. So I think that that's a really great thing. So shifting from operational and team, let's talk about Secure the Bags.
Okay.
So this venture began is a very successful luggage storage platform. Yeah. And I'm going to claim that for you, because I think as founders, sometimes we're like, successful. What do we feel like that is? Successful, period. And what did you learn about taking something from, I think this should exist, to actually producing it and deploying it into a market? Because like the things you tell me about the storage locker system and you and phones, and you're talking to dev team and you're working with, I don't know, I'd be like this. But it's so phenomenal listening to other founder stories and understanding the struggle to thrive and all the in-between. So talk a little bit about that.
Okay, first part of that question is just like the
so successful storage bag, and then how did you convert?
I would honestly, I think I just now realized that I had a successful idea, and this is gonna sound crazy, because I've been talking about luggage storage since 2017. talked about it. I saw the need in the world I was working in, which was short-term rentals. The company I was at, we were managing 400 properties across the country.
Mm-hmm.
And we saw the same question from Dallas to New York to San Diego. Where do I put my luggage? And I was like, there's got to be a solution. People thought I was nuts when I said, I'm going to go take a class and learn how to build this. And I was in the class and I got voted most likely to become a business. Of all the people in the class, it was a product management course.
Yes.
And so I sat in a storage unit in Austin, Texas, storing luggage for travelers that found me on Instagram. A friend of mine and I would go out like on Tuesday, Wednesday, put up flyers in Austin, like in the Congress, 6th Street, that whole area, Rainy. And people would find us and come drop their stuff off and pay a stranger $10 to watch their backpack. So I was like, okay, this is a business.
That's a legit market too.
And I was like, okay, that's how we started. But I'll say the success piece was just recently, the CEO of Airbnb did his keynote and he introduced the concept of luggage storage to the Airbnb platform. Stocks went up, cheers. And I'm like, everyone thought I was crazy in 2017, 2018, 2019, talking about luggage storage. So that's how I know I have a successful idea. And not because it's years later, because guess what? Living and thinking in the future is a very rough spot to be in because you think you're crazy.
Yeah.
But it really just takes others time to catch up to where you're at.
Yeah, I keep getting told that I'm before my time. And I'm like, no, because I'm sitting with other people in the industry doing this. They're just doing it and gearing it toward other types of business owners. We'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
And so it's very challenging because I sit in this juxtaposition of if it's before the time, do we keep pushing through and become the time? And how do you do that? Or do you make those pivots? Because we always talk about making the pivots.
Pivots.
So before we dive into that, I want to reintroduce us. Hey, my name is LaGina R. Harris. I'm the founder of the Us Space. We are our 11,000 square feet flex third, more than just co-working space here in downtown Houston. So imagine yourself as a business owner, an innovator, a forward thinker, a leader, and you need a place to work, to thrive, to drink good coffee, look at the views, press a t-shirt, take a nap, train other people. We are here in downtown Houston. Hit us up, link in bio. And then I have with me Ashley, who is the founder of Secure the Bags and STB Technologies, which is a whole nother thing. And we are here doing Ask Me Anything Business Live. The Us Space hosts this once a month, and we are in our content creation space. So we're going to shift. Okay. So I want you to go over to that side because we want to show people. So Ashley, she is our entrepreneur in residence. Don't open it yet. Mm-hmm. She's our entrepreneur in residence, which is so cool, which means that she uses the Us Space as a showroom floor. And she also comes in and out and represents the Us Space out there in the world. And basically, we're lucky enough to have a great, amazing human and entrepreneur and support them in their endeavors. So I am going to turn this way because Ashley on the showroom floor has, I'm going to point down a little bit, but this is one of the lockers that we've been talking about. So Ashley, I'm going to have you come up this way a little bit, and we're going to chat first. Okay. So I want you to talk to me about the shift and the realization. You're so much taller than me.
It's okay. I'll just lean back like
okay.
This.
Okay, thanks.
I'll lean back like
Appreciate it. We look thugged out. Okay. But Ashley, I want you to talk to me about the shift, what you're realizing, some of the cool things you've been doing lately, and let people know about Secure the Bags, and then why'd you choose the Us Space for your home base here in Houston?
Okay, so Secure the Bags, STB Technologies. So when I first had the idea, and I was in the, it's okay, it's fine. Well, okay. I was in an accelerator, and we were talking through what the big vision of this was. And it's so funny how other people have an idea for you that you that you haven't come to, or they see something in you that you don't see in yourself yet. And I was advised to change the name of the company from Secure the Bags to STB Technologies. They're like, it just sounds more professional, a little bit more polished. I was like, fine, no big deal, whatever. It's just a name. Like,
ooh, can we pause there? Because what you did as a founder is you created a shift and kind of got your feelings off your shoulders. and listen to the people that you trust. Also realizing that not everybody should have access to help you model your business.
Correct.
Here nor there.
And so I trusted this person and I said, you know what, fine, let's do it. So I did it because I'm like, it's just a name. It doesn't change what I'm building. It's just a name. So changed it to STB Technologies. So the flagship product is Secure the Bags, which is the actual hardware. So like I said before, I was sitting in Austin, Texas, storing luggage, but then the pandemic hit. No one was traveling. Just didn't even worry about it. I went back to work. Well, then when I got laid off in 2023, I said, if I don't go back to this idea, I never will. And I took that time to go look into manufacturing. Like, how do I put technology to this? And that's how it went from me sitting in a storage closet, storing luggage, to now I've got this piece of hardware, I've got software, and now what do I do? And so even then I shifted from the idea of luggage storage to the everyday person and the everyday bag. Like, what plagues people is, where do I put my stuff? We're a mobile society now, we're ride sharing. If you live in a city like New York, you're coming into the city with your work bag, you're going to the gym, and you're going for drinks. And it's just like, where do I put my stuff? And as a mom, I always had a diaper bag. And I was like, I don't want to carry this diaper bag. And so it's just those types of things. Yeah. And my husband actually presented the first idea of the pivot, which was he goes to music venues all the time. And he would love to buy a vinyl at every show, but he doesn't want to hold it all night. He's like, if this was there, I would store my stuff. The very first partner I onboarded was a music venue in Tulsa, Oklahoma. We've been there for, it'll be 2 years in November.
Let's go.
They love having this in there because when people are there at 6 p.m. for a 7 p.m. show, they're standing out in the rain or the cold and they've got jackets and they don't have a coat check. So now they're storing their coats. I've had a husband store his wife's shoes because her feet were hurting. It became a thing where I was like, I would have never thought to go into the music venue space, but someone that I trusted and loved pointed me in that direction, and there we are. And so the past 2 years, I've been doing storage for the everyday bag. So parks and recreation, bars, not restaurants. I was going to lie to you guys. Music venues.
Manifestation.
Manifestation. And so now recently, I had a brand approach me and say, hey, I want to do an activation with you. And in my mind, I'm like, well, I don't understand it. Like, I've always noticed that I could wrap this locker with a logo, with a brand, and it could act as an advertising tool, but that wasn't the primary goal. But this brand came to me, a very close friend of mine, and she's like, I want to try it. And I was like, all right, are we gonna do this? And 3 weeks before Essence, we're the ladies of chaos, and we made it happen. And I did my first brand activation with a CPG brand at Essence Festival. And I was able to wrap the locker. Or I'm sorry, I refer to it as a tower. I keep saying locker, but
it's a tower.
We call it a tower.
Got it.
And we wrapped the tower, and we used this as a way for her to do promotional giveaways at Essence Festival, and it was a pure hit. And so now I just opened up my mind to even bigger dreams of what STB Technologies and Secure the Bags can do in the world.
I love that. Okay, so y'all, we are going to do a demo of this. And if you have any questions, we see over there Philip Yates with Equal Liberty. So hey to you. I see Kimberly Evans with Just Her Rideshare. It's a female-centered rideshare company. So we love her too. Shout out to our other business owners on the live. If you have any questions, drop them in the link. We are about to do a demo. So I'm going to point this down a little bit. Oh yeah, you see this technology piece that I have going with this presenting thing? Okay, so I'm going to squat down. Ash is probably too tall. But okay, open locker number 1. Oh, okay. So, all right, secure the bag. Oh my gosh, what is this? Is this a Tough House t-shirt? Oh my gosh. Well, what does this mean? I don't know. We're going to have to figure out why this is in the locker. But, okay, you mentioned that, somebody could put their stuff for the concert. I'm a rodeo girly. Boom. So maybe I could put my boots in there. I don't know. Could this fit? Oh my God, it does fit. So I could put my water bottle in there. I could put my headphones in there. Y'all ignore my water leaking because that's my fault.
It's okay.
We'll just turn it.
Okay.
And
we'll wipe it out.
Yeah, we'll wipe it out. But this is so cool. This is something you could use at the rodeo. Okay, and then so it's huge, and you could like literally fit so much stuff in here. I want my water H2.
Just a side note, this door here will fit a carry-on size
rolling luggage. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
I love that. So, okay, now let's just open another locker just so you can see how easy
steel.
it is.
You can slam it.
Okay. I'm going to slam the next one. But like these are the instructions. So you literally like download the app, right?
You download the mobile application, which is Secure the Bag. So download it into the App Store. We have Android and iOS.
Yeah.
Download it. It'll tell you where the nearest locker is. It will allow you to say how much time you want to store. It'll also charge you because there is a fee. Starts at $3 an hour and goes up to $5 an hour depending on what size you have. And then you're able to open and close your door all in the mobile application. So you never have to deal with the person, which is why they do so well in public, because the venue, they don't ever have to do anything whatsoever. That actually probably would fit.
Okay, let's try it.
Let's try it. Door number.
All right. So y'all know I'm a media girly. So I got these handy dandy headphones. Oh, more Secure the Bag swag. Yes. And a little, the Us Space welcome to the table shirt. Actually, these are all for you, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Okay. I don't know if this will fit. Oh my gosh. It does. I thought it was too long. Okay. So I could stack 2 of these on here. And y'all, this has like a full set of the Us Space or Lorraine Infinity microphones in it and everything. So I could like fit a lot of stuff in here. I'm just so fascinated. This feels like an infomercial.
Have you tried this before? And you're like, no, actually, I haven't.
No, I mean with you, but okay. So all of this stuff can fit. Hey, and then you can slam the locker and it's safe. Okay, I love that. So anyways, y'all, that's Secure the Bags. So excited about that. I got really excited.
You did.
Okay. Yes. So one more question before we hop off is, what makes partnerships meaningful and beneficial and not one-sided? Similar to you being the entrepreneur in residence here at the Us Space, and then talk about your affiliate program a little bit.
Okay. So for me, partnerships, it's really about being able to improve the guest experience. That's what, at the end of the day, yes, it's a hardware and software play and it's technology, but I am a hospitality person. I love creating experiences, and this is my way of doing that. And so at the end of the day, is it going to spark joy for someone? Is it going to make someone's day better? Is it going to improve your guest experience? And that's what's most important to me. Yes, money matters. And there's partnerships I've done where I've made a lot of money, and there's partnerships where I haven't made any. At the end of the day, I just need to know that there's creating impact somewhere down the line.
Yeah.
And that when there's visibility for me, but also creating impact for the businesses that I'm working with. Being here as an entrepreneur in residence has been amazing. This is my first Texas location.
Let's go.
To say that I live here, my hardware is in Oklahoma, Iowa, and Louisiana. Don't ask.
Well, I remember when we originally talked about it, I was like, but you're here in Houston. What are you doing?
That's how I got here, is that I don't have anything in Texas. And so this is home. Now that I'm out of all of the accelerators and the programs, I'm here. I'm in Texas regularly enough to focus on building in the Houston market. So doing things like this and just being able to have someone that believes in me, which is why I love going into things early, because it's just, you get to see so much magic happen. Yeah. And it gets so exciting to be like, oh, I'm going to come and set up and do this, or I'm going to go and do that. But it's all because you're creating that opportunity. So I do appreciate you for creating that impact in my life and in my business, to now it's like, I got to get out here and get it, because I now have a space where I can bring someone to and say, look at what I have. Right.
So, I love that. Yes. I love that.
And so the affiliate partner program, I remember I was going to hire a salesperson. And I actually had someone reach out to me on LinkedIn, didn't know who he was. He was like, I don't want to apply for the job, but I want to give you some advice. And he's like, don't hire anybody. Ooh. And he's like, let me tell you why. And he broke it all the way down, like, don't do this. And he's like, I have an idea for you. And he actually created the affiliate sales partner program for me. No charge. We met twice. He put it together, he gave it to me, and was like, go run it. And that is a network where instead of me having a salesperson, I'm tapping into the warm relationships people already have. So if you know somebody that owns a music venue, if you have access to someone that works in Parks and Rec, if you have access to a brand that might need some help in the marketing or activation department. If you go through our affiliate network and just make the introduction, that's all you have to do, and they actually close a deal with me, you will then get a kickback or a commission for just making the introduction. You don't have to do anything else. So that's what the affiliate sales network is. It is on the website. So when you go, you just read through it, learn about it, fill out the form, and then I take it from there.
I love that. Okay, this is exciting. So we did see this. You hold that up. So y'all, the US space for the last this is our 3rd year. We do Test House. It is a 3-day activation during the time that a really large event is in town. And this one is Afrotech. So during the time of Afrotech, just like at South by Southwest or at Essence Festival, there are houses that pop up everywhere. And the US Space does a house here in Houston for 3 days where we have everything from 9 to 9, morning meetups, panels, evening things. And we have partnered with everybody all the way from the Ensemble Theater in Freemanstown to having Equal Liberty on our stage. We have had Tiffany with Twice Media, Centrell Reed with Creed Media Global. Ashley is going to be on our stage this year. And this locker is going to have Tuss House and hopefully Secure the Bag swag in it. So when you get a locker and you pop it open, there's going to be a goodie in there for you. And save the date. It is going to be November 3rd through the 5th. You heard it here right now with me. Save the date, November 3rd through the 5th. Yes. Here at the US Space, 808 Travis, Suite 400 and 415. We are already in the makes. If you are interested in getting involved, sponsoring, partnering, volunteering, all the ings, just let us know. Yeah. All right, Ashley, before we close out, I'll take that because you'll get, this one is yours. But before we close out, one, I want to say thank you for making the time to be here. And you see all these questions. I have tons of questions.
I see.
But I feel like we got through most of them. But thank you for being here. Thanking us. Thank you for helping us look beyond like the simple things in the customer and really go behind the veil, right? Talking about operations, talking about quality, talking about using your discernment to hire the right people, because I know that's something that a lot of founders struggle with. And, you know, an idea, a production, operations, relationships, partnerships, systems, all of that stuff cannot go without having a foundationally sound founder. And so I'm so excited that you're one of those people. And again, that you're an entrepreneur here in residence at the US Space. And you can find all of Ashley's information, link in her bio, and make sure that you follow the US Space for all of our up-to-date information, including all of our stuff happening next week. What should we learn next for our Ask Me Anything Business Live? Let us know. Ashley, one closing thought, something that you've thought about or you want to say? Call to action, go.
A couple of things. Always go to securethebags.co.
Yes.
And secure the bags with an S.
S.
People always drop the S. Securethebags.co. We are always looking for partners. That is what I tell people. My capital comes in the form of collaboration. So if you've got anyone in mind that you think could use one of our towers, please reach out. Information's on there on how to reach out to me. And last but not least, there's so many ways to get to where you want to be in life. Mm-hmm. So my husband said this to me the other day, and it's the funniest thing because it took me a minute, but I love it. You can either make a left turn or you can make 3 rights. It is up to you on how you get to your destination. Either way is there it is. You can either make a left or 3 rights. No matter what, just make sure you get to your destination. And at the end of the day, we all have ideas, and I'm no different from anyone else. I've had a bunch of ideas. I've had a bunch of businesses, a bunch of things. Some things are hobbies, some things are business, but you never know if you don't try. That's all.
You never know if you don't try.
You never know.
All right. Well, that's it. Y'all, my name is LaGina. I am the founder of the US Space. This is Ask Me Anything in Business Live that we do once a month. And I'm here with Ashley, the CEO, founder, driving force behind Secure the Bags and STB Technologies. I keep wanting to say global, so like there's some things manifesting. Thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, peace.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. And we